Hey traders, what's up? This is the watch list video for, wow, tomorrow's Friday already. Friday, March 4th. Actually, this week got away from me big time. So the SPY gapped up today, but sold off. And let me show you the intraday. So pretty much sold off from the open. Looked like we're going to have, looked like we're going to roll over and then got a big rip. And I think this was just because of a ceasefire announced, but then people realized the ceasefire was so civilians could get out and then they could go back to bombing each other or whatever. And then, so the reality kicked back in. As far as I can tell, some more bad news after hours because the SPY looks like it closed out at 429.21. So who knows by the morning? We're definitely in a very fluid headline risk situation for day traders, but that's what I am. I'm a day trader, right? I'm all about making money between the bells, not an investor. So that's what I do. And cash every night and then look to see the next day what's setting up. Always want to start with a watch list though. And we'll add to that list in the morning when we have gappers. Now, I didn't know if the KRBP, I'm not in love with this one. It was on the gap play list this morning, but it topped out at exactly $1. A big volume for the stock, but sold off. I don't really love the looks of this, but if it does break $1, that whole number inflection point plus would be a break of today's high, plus all the shorts from today would have to cover. So if that gets to $1, it's kind of interesting to me. So we'll see what it looks like if that happens at all. UPST was on long watch today, and you really kind of just had this cup and handle still forming. I still like it. Like my first thought is today's high 156.92, closing like $6 below that, maybe almost $7 below that. But if we get through today's high, then you have yesterday's high just above that, and then you have the day before that's high, and then you're kind of in breakout territory. So you do have kind of like a little pennant forming there on the daily. So that one stays on watch. USER ended up going out at the highs today in a weak tape, so that one stays on watch. That was on watch yesterday. CISO, I don't know anything about this, but it had really big volume, and let's see, topped out at 668 before closing at 610. So with that volume, some traders are going to find it tonight doing their scans. For that reason, we're going to watch it tomorrow. BBY is Best Buy, which gapped up on earnings. Actually gave a really nice opening high break, a little red to green this morning, and I don't want to talk about it because I missed it. Anyway, it closed, pretty strong in a weak tape. Let's see where it topped out today. Topped out at almost 113 before closing around 110. Definitely going to catch some attention when people do their scans tonight. So we're going to keep that one on watch. SKYH can be a nasty trader. It's thin, it's spready. It had this big rip yesterday. Wayne caught a good chunk of that one. Today, kind of an inside day, and topped out at the whole number. Well, never mind. I was going to say topped out at the whole number 17, but it basically did. 16.98. We'll call that 17. Anyway, kind of interesting if it holds up and maybe trades through that tomorrow. CYRN is just a recent high flyer, a recent strong stock that's coiling sideways. I want to watch that one. JWN is Nordstrom's, had the big breakout yesterday. Today, a quiet inside day on much lower volume. We'll look for a third day play there. Snow just got decimated on earnings and then goes out about where it opened after a pretty big range, almost a $20 range on the day and closing kind of neutral, right? Definitely going to keep that one on bounce watch for a few days and see if we get a setup. TDOC has been on bounce watch since the gap up for 3 days. Now it's on bounce watch for a fourth day. So we're going to keep our eyes on that one. DRI. All right, so this isn't a pretty chart, but if you look at most of the candles, right, today had a pretty sizable red candle, and it's very interesting around the 130 area. So if we gap down or if we just sell off tomorrow, I'd like to see it flush 130, and then I'd be looking for an intraday reversal. I'll pan out a little bit. Held 130 here, a little bit above it here, but this is certainly, it's gotten there in a hurry. So a flush of 130 tomorrow puts this thing on close watch for a possible reversal intraday bounce play, right? And then a few gappers. We'll see if they're still gapping in the morning, but GPS, which is the Gap Store, closed at 14.25. It's trading at 50. It went out in after hours at 15.33. It was as high as, I'm not sure. Let's go to after hours. Actually as high as 1686 before kind of rolling over into the close of the pre-market session. There's a daily again. So we want to watch that for a potential gap. FNKO trading at 2040 at the end of the after-hours session. I believe that was on earnings. So set to be a gapper tomorrow, so we'll keep our eyes on that. And then lastly, SG, which went out at 25 bucks in after hours and was rolling over to basically new lows, new all-time lows into earnings. So the gap up might have some shorts in trouble. So those are three gappers. We'll look for other gappers in the pre-market as well. I'm done babbling. I'll see you all in the chat room in the morning.